Treasury bond futures, currencies, Forex, gold, Bitcoin, crude oil, major ETFs and large cap stocks. Our unique model focuses on global interconnectivity, interrelationship and correlations on a global market scale. Understanding these interactions enables us to get a holistic perspective of what is going on, and also helps us make important trading decisions, such as risk avoidance and potential trading opportunities. This dynamic model, where everything is truly connected on a global scale, cannot be reduced to a single cause and effect. Synchronized vibrations are central, not only to human consciousness, but also to all of physical reality. We must monitor market price movement and global capital trends, in order to gain a true fingertip feel in the underlying markets. We have to track and monitor these relations, including capital concentration across all major markets intraday. Our polymathic market views. There is something you get to understand about global financial markets. On one hand, the global financial market is made up of individual markets, many different minor trends within the collective whole, constantly moving within the orderly and chaos spectrum. On the other hand, markets are more than forces of order flows and price actions, but a living complex matrix. And the key to comprehending this global financial matrix lies in the realization that no market is in isolation. All markets are connected in an intricate dynamic complex network, where the slightest change in one market can set in motion a ripple effect of dramatic proportions around the globe. So in the modern paradigm, markets must move collectively. Single trends for the market will arbitrage it into its proper place within the general scheme. And the tendency in the global financial market, where all individual market forces act in harmony with one another, is called Markets Transcendence. It is the point where all markets are one, push and pull together as a huge complex living, frictionless, adaptive beast. Traders cannot ignore market transcendence, it is a fundamental principle of the market. Our comprehensive view seeks to understand all components at play, and consequently provides higher levels of confidence and synergy. In life, everything and everyone is interconnected, interdependent and interrelated. We are part of a natural and social web of life that supports and sustains us. We are connected to nature and dependent on it, for the things we need to keep us alive. We are also connected to our families, friends and our communities. The connections are both physical and metaphysical. Therefore, this trading approach is based on our deep understanding of the market and principles that govern life. We have to be dynamic, active and adaptive. We try to see reality for what it is and realize that the game we are in keeps changing, so it's up to us to figure out the current rules of the game as it's being played. Just like life, markets are of infinite complexity, and you can spend lifetime watching it and learning it, without ever fully understanding it. This game of speculation is the most uniformly fascinating game in the world. This is not a game for the stupid, the mentally lazy, inferior emotion, or the get-rich-quick adventurer. The gods of the markets frown on the frivolous, they give ultimate satisfaction only to those who study and reflects. Markets will always appear to be constantly in a state of uncertainty and flux. And money is made by discounting the obvious and betting on the unexpected. Therefore, understanding of markets' hidden motives is the single greatest piece of knowledge you can have in trading successfully. It is a subtle game, it is a war. The facts about market direction is that all markets must be against the majority because they are the engine that propels the markets. Market moves are well planned and developed in a least obvious way. There are unlimited tricks of deception, seduction and manipulation in the market most of the time. Deception or subtlety is the most potent weapon in the market's arsenal. That is why trading decisions often go against deep-rooted instincts. We do not control the market, we only try to understand the risk and control our own decisions and exposure. All individual market participants, including the market itself, have limitations. The greatest danger comes from wanting to surpass these limitations, seduced by great potential profit. Regardless of the market deception, markets have limitations. They still get exhausted. This is when you take a vicious trade, counter trade. Markets have limited time, so if you wait and wait, markets will finally reveal the hidden plan. There is always a better trade tomorrow. Consider the hidden cost of the market, be aware of the deception, tricks and traps of the markets. Sometimes the best strategy is to wait, not to trade or to close the position. Successful trading is a journey, not a destination. The goal of any trader should be to understand what the market is doing, make the best trades, cut losses. Money is secondary. We must put the message to the universe, and, when we want something, all the universe conspires in helping us to achieve it. O divine art of subtlety and secrecy! Through you we learn to be invisible, through you inaudible, and hence we can hold the enemy's fate in our hands. To trade in a defensive manner is not a sign of weakness. It is the height of strategic wisdom. It is a powerful style of trading. We must make the most of our resources. We have to trade with a perfect capital or economy. You must know how and when to retreat. Don't be lured into sucker trade, just wait patiently for the perfect trade moment. Stop being naive, stop appealing for others to play fair, stop adhering to standard theories that are built on outdated assumptions about the rules of play. You just observe. And where you can make an effective move, you make a move. You can always avoid being deceived by not taking a position when not sure. Don't trade, stop trading. You can leverage your weakness and your lack of capital into power and profit. Use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. When you have less trading account, never trade to get even, choose surrender instead. Surrender gives you time to recover, time to wait for the market to reveal itself more. Make stop trading a tool of power. When under aggressive attack, lay low, don't trade or close all your trades. Again, be patient, be alert, don't be drawn into sucker moves. When markets wants to rise, will look falling, and when falling will look rising. You have to let the market move, even move further until they expose their plan, and provide you with opportunity. If you waste neither energy nor money, you will always be ready for the next opportunity. To trade this way, your trading will be long and fruitful. And sometimes the best strategy is to stop trading. Make the market expensive for them and cheaper for you. Trading with a perfect economy, you can outlast even the market itself. It is literally true that millions come easier to a trader after he knows how to trade than hundreds did in the days of his ignorance. If deception is the most potent weapon in the market's arsenal, then in all things patience is our crucial shield. But also, nothing is easier than self-deceit, for what every man wishes that he also believes to be true. The ability to recognize a great hand or a bad hand is crucial to your development and to your trading. Patience. Nothing, in my opinion, destroys the profit potential as much as the lack of patience. The desire for constant action irrespective of underlying conditions, responsible for many losses in Wall Street, even among the professionals, who feel that they must take home some money every day, as though they were working for regular wages. Unfortunately, to win we must have a bulldog tenacity to wait for the right moment, for the right hand. We must be relentless in our pursuit of that skill to wait, and wait. We must develop the conviction to not throw our money into bad trades. We must have the singleness of purpose to dedicate ourselves to winning, not trading. Do you know when it is time to quit a game because the game is too tough? Do you know how to change your play when the mood of the market changes? Do you know how to cope with a losing streak? It's important to always be learning and broadening your horizons, but there is a time for learning and a time for performance, where you showcase what you have learned. For this reason, and many others, I advocate that you focus on eliminating your biggest errors, rather than trying to acquire new knowledge. Try to suck less and less. Like war, trading is a game of incomplete information. You don't know what you don't know. So we are constantly aware of the incomplete information we are working with, and we open to the possibility of being wrong. Addiction to being right is a root of failure. Being a goal setter, being humble, 98% being mentally prepared, don't be attached to the results. That means, we constantly make decisions based on very rudimentary information. And we believe that even in science there are almost no certainties. At best there is a theory that has not yet been falsified. This enables us to easily take responsibility for dealing with the inevitable black swan. We have to remind ourselves about the imperfection of your real-world knowledge almost constantly. A whole set of cognitive biases fools us to believe that we have it all figured out. It is dangerous to ignore the influence of randomness on the outcome of a decision, that's measuring ourselves with unrealistic expectations. These unrealistic expectations are what hurt people the most. Understanding the limits of your own knowledge and reminding yourself on a regular basis that even your strongest beliefs are potentially based on flawed assumptions, is an extremely valuable asset. Instead of overcommitting to a single truth, we should more often think in ranges. Belief can be a self-limit guiding us unconsciously, most of our beliefs especially formed at an early age. Sometimes belief is an easy way of not doing anything. Plan all the way to the end, taking into account all the possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortune that might reverse your hard work. By planning to the end, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances, and you will know when to stop trading. Gently guide fortune and help determine the future by thinking far ahead. Trading is an endless chain of decisions, and a skilled trader will be right more often than wrong and therefore profit over time, independently of variance created through randomness. Trading is a game of skill with a large component of randomness. Thus do many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat, how much more no calculation at all. The good fighters of old, first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Thus the good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make certain of defeating the enemy. Security against defeat implies defensive tactics. Ability to defeat the enemy means taking the offensive. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Hence his victories bring him neither reputation for wisdom nor credit for courage. Hence the skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible, and does not miss the moment for defeating the enemy. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. O divine art of subtlety and secrecy! Through you we learn to be invisible, through you inaudible, and hence we can hold the enemy's fate in our hands. The Polymathic Trading. We track and trade